Well, thanks for joining me. As the thumbnail promises, I'm going to come up with a practical way to better soundproof my Senna helmet. I love this thing. This is actually a great modular helmet. Has fantastic rating. Love the Bluetooth capabilities. It's easy to operate. Once you get to know these buttons and their functions, open mesh, everything else, this is a fantastic helmet. Very easy to use. Even came with a taillight in the back. However, the issue that I'm having is soundproofing. I'm big on protecting your hearing. What we do is definitely very hard on the ears. Ultimately, the thing we're trying to avoid is permanent hearing damage. Because if you ignore it now, you could wind up finding yourself like this guy.
Here you go.
Or inevitably you doom scroll on Google trying to find out what you're going to do now once you have developed severe hearing loss. Because according to the interwebs, hearing loss is measured in decibels, and it's based on normal hearing, or sounds that a normal person can hear, which ranges from -10 to 15 to 20 decibels. Hearing loss is categorized as slight, between 16 and 25, mild, 26 to 40, moderate, 41 to 55 decibels, moderately severe, 56 to 70, severe from 71 to 90 decibels, and profound, 91 plus decibels. And just going a mere 15 miles an hour, you're already at 85 decibels. At highway speeds, you're at 100 plus. And this stuff is permanent, man. It doesn't grow back. So just for some perspective on that, the next time you see someone roll past you and you think, man, what a banging ass stereo they got, or you see that guy with no lid on or a half lid and you can tell that they don't have any earplugs in, I want you to also consider that that's what they have to look forward to later on in their lives. We'll walk through this together. You're literally going to be learning right along with me. I don't know where the excess noise is coming in yet, and we'll discover that together. If you find this helpful, please like or subscribe, and maybe comment. Let the rest of us know what you may have done to actually help reduce the amount of noise inside your helmet. Now, there are multiple routes you can go when it comes to trying to soundproof your helmet. These are great. I actually picked these up on Amazon. However, the issue that I have with these is that these silicone earplugs, after a while, they really hurt. And the pain goes away maybe after 20 minutes to half an hour. I even had someone who lovingly bought me this set for cupping the ears, which proves it's the thought that counts. That was a no-go. I tried these silicone guys. They're basically earbuds, but the problem I have is that they work themselves loose after a while, and I wind up with the ear noise I was trying to avoid in the first place. And the best that I've come across are the good old spongies. These actually work the best. They shift the least. And I use these once or twice, and I just toss them out. I mean, you could always go the ridiculous route. You could maybe take a head strap, wrap a couple of these inside your helmet. So I'm going to try and come up with a practical way. Not purchasing any more items or any more gadgets, neck curtains, sponge rings, extra foam padding. I want to find a way to go through my helmet and see if there is a practical way in which I can better soundproof it. The thing about noise is that it will always find you.
I'll always find you. I'll always find you no matter.
Modular helmets tend to be a little noisier because there are so many other moving parts in which air can actually create noise and transfer it into the helmet. I have a feeling that it might actually be this rail for the flip down visor. I think it might be in there. So let's see if we can soundproof my helmet a little bit better by process of elimination. Perhaps we can see where there's wind noise getting in and try and block it as best I can. The Senna Impulse is noted as being one of the quietest helmets out there, and I can confirm after initially buying this noisy piece of crap, this was just a temporary one I bought my motorcycle. Yeah, this thing lets tons of wind noise in. And on top of that, if you're riding around on something as big and crazy as my bike, and you've got this, 6-pack of pipes on the back, yeah, you need some ear protection, man. And what I'm most concerned with is I do not want to compromise my helmet in any way in doing so. I have a few different choices. I can use this soundproofing style tape. I can use this soundproofing style foil padding, or just some regular packing foil, or this foam soundproofing material that I got this on Amazon, was super cheap. But the most important thing is I don't want to compromise the structural integrity of my helmet. This was specifically designed in order to qualify for the ECE rating. This helmet is specifically designed to be worn on a head with no modifications made to it. I don't want to overdo it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and pack some material that might add some soundproofing on the inside. You can see all the electrics for my Bluetooth connection. I don't want to interfere with the wires. I don't want to interfere with any sort of connections that are inside the helmet. But I think the main culprit is actually this slide for the interior visor. You can see it's gaping hole, and you can see through it. I think the majority of my sound is coming from here. So I'm going to conduct an experiment, see how it goes. I've already packed a little bit of this foam padding here, and these are not wires, these are the cables that go to the lid or to the interior visor. And I'm going to try and pack some material in and around this rail just to try and cut down on the wind noise a little bit. I'll put the triangular shape downward so that it has something to grab onto. What I have to watch for is what holds this in place is actually this lip right here. This tucks down and into the other foam padding. Kind of goes together like Lego pieces. And that provides tension to hold it from moving outward. So I'm going to finish packing the rest of this. I've got some foam padding at the top of that rail, and we're going to see how that sounds out on the road. If that doesn't work, then as Bear Grylls says, adapt. That's not what he says. He says 5-star accommodations or I won't do it. But either way, I'm going to go ahead and finish that out, put the screws back in, and see what that sounds like. Okay, so that did absolutely nothing. But I did manage to find myself a few more clues while I was out. I put my hand over this part of my helmet while I was riding, and sure enough, it got super quiet. The other thing I felt was some cool air coming in from that spot. So that tells me that I need to try and block off as much as I can to cordon off all these components that are here from allowing air to go up into my helmet right next to my ear. So as you saw earlier, I put my fingers in behind this rail, or at the top of this rail, and you could see light coming through there. And what I did was I took a piece of this foil tape that has the spongy rubber layer in between. I cut a piece about yay big and then pre-folded it to match the contour of the inside of my helmet, and basically it's blocking off air coming in from down below. So we'll see how this goes. I think this might actually be the area in question. The second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to repack this area down here, which is at the back side of this rail assembly, and I'm going to try and pack it as tight as I can, because of course the tighter you pack in soundproofing material, the better it will work. And since these are cables, it shouldn't mess with the function of it. What I'm trying to do is stuff as much as I can in here. Each piece that I pack in, I'll do it a little bit looser so that it gives it a chance to actually grab and hold on so this stuff's not shifting around. Last thing I'll do is when I lay this this piece back in again, I'm going to lay a piece across here and basically cut it off because I don't want to impede this rail at all. And then maybe just thin it out so that when this goes back down, it'll be squeezed but out of the way of this guy. Well, well, well. As Borat would say, great success. Absolutely quiet. It was definitely this rail right here. That thing makes a hell of a lot of noise, man. So the tape worked. The last thing I'm going to do, I went ahead and took the screws back out again because I'm going to lift up other sections of this interior cover, and I'm just going to take pieces of more foam and I'm just going to kind of stuff them into spots where it'll hold itself in. But my God, what a difference. What an absolute difference in the helmet. Between these guys and my now quieter, much quieter helmet, I think I should be okay. Even if one of the earplugs does work its way loose, it's not quite as deafening inside my helmet. By the way, these are the earbud ones that I have. And like I said, I just don't like that they work themselves loose after a while. And these work, I say these work the best. They work the best for me. Could just very well be the shape of my ear canal. You know, I am a bit of a weirdo. But either way, now some guys complain and say, well, you know, I don't like to be cut off from the world around me and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, I get that to a certain extent. But that's what my mirrors are for. I have mirrors on my bike so that I can pay attention to what's going on behind me. And boy, I do check them all the time. I have a 360 camera. You know, that's more for liability and for vlogging reasons more than anything else. The mirrors I pay the most attention to, and I'm constantly looking behind me. Always, always, always. Anyway, thanks for hanging out, man. Hope this was fun for you too. See ya!